One of my favorite things to tell fellas when I do consultations is letting them know that if you are dealing with a woman that is not as attractive, personality isn't as point, then you would not be being this way with them. However, I do understand when there is long term put into it, there is memories that matter, reminiscing that really counts. All that stuff is really good. My point though is I want y'all to get that you can love on her or care about her or like her. However, if you're just using the reasons of the physical attraction and that, let's say physical chemistry be the it all, then that's not beneficial enough. I say this to say because if you're dealing with like the girl that's not really your type, the annoying girl, but she has like a smart part of her, you're gonna be cutting slack, but you're also gonna be attentive to like what you don't like. So you're gonna have less patience. You're not gonna be as interested. With that being said, this is a prime example of, are you treating her as she feels like she's special to you? That is the question of this video. Are you treating the woman that you're dealing with as she is special to you and she knows it? In other words, a woman picks up that, oh man, I'm special to this guy because he treats me like I'm special. It's something that I want you to understand when we're talking about power dynamics and you're giving it to her, giving her so much leverage, throwing it back on her side, leaving the ball on her court. She's picking up that, yes, I am special. On top of all the other guys that feel this way about her. Now, even if she doesn't get validation or she doesn't care about these validations, she still might look at you as somebody that is treating her as such. And when you're treating her as such, you're still prioritizing her and it's not giving you any importance. Your priority in life does have to look like you have other things that come first. It's cool to hit on a woman or talk to her or keep dating, but when you're losing focus, it might just look like you don't know where you're headed. That's a lack of leadership. And y'all, don't forget about Patreon, where it's going to be way more exclusive, way more raw content, and definitely uncut, because I definitely do not be cutting them anymore. I've dropped so much videos where it's straight from me just saying what I had to say, and I don't have to worry about filtering it out. And it's definitely exclusive where I can't even post it on here. However, if you do become a Patreon member and you become a free member, you do get exclusive video each month. That's how I'm doing it as of now. And of course, don't forget about becoming an actual member to catch up on the 250 plus videos. That's your choice at the end of the day. And if you're not on Patreon, you could definitely get it as being a YouTube member. The links are all down below. And don't forget about my website for consultations and anything else to get more help and to check out bundle deals and everything else that I have to help you, whether it's no contact or wherever you're at, trying to get her to miss you, trying to get on top of everything, a mindset mastery, etc. All the links are there and you browse through and find what works for you. All right, y'all. So let me get back to I want to make this clear where I don't want y'all to be having a woman feeling like, man, with this guy, I can run this type of game. A lot of times women end up realizing with you, it's a bit too easy, or let's say it's a bit too, well, I look good, I appear, and he does the work. So I say this to say that, like, what challenge are you putting in? If you have no fear of losing her, if you don't care about how she treats you, then you're going to be like straight up like, okay, that's what her response is. That's what a woman wants. Like, as much as it's confusing, or it's more like, really? Or like, I don't really get it. Or even it's just like, that's the hard, toxic way. Sometimes it feels that way, or sometimes it's that. It does not matter. You have to over challenge things, or challenge things simply where it's like there's a challenge there. Or if she's a more, let's say, complicated woman, hard to deal with, then there's a lot more over complicated things that you have to do, which is not even that exciting or fun to do anymore. But I'm saying this to say, like, You have to know that when you're dealing with a woman, what you're signing up for. And a woman's understanding what she's willing to give or try to have the situation play out a certain way. Okay, so let's kind of get into the summing up of this video. If y'all do have any questions, concerns, or want a part 2, all that stuff, let me know in the comment section. And so let me just wrap up and kind of get into the conclusion of understand that women can be complicated creatures. Honestly, there's a lot of emotions that's involved. There's a lot of testing that comes in, and it just comes down to you knowing that if it's worth dealing with, if it makes sense to stick around, or let's say you don't have the full sureness of detaching, then you can go about it by being very much settled to the situation. Go about it being just there, arriving in a sense where it's like, okay, here's the date that I'm free. Let me know if you're free. If she's not about it, you don't have to show up. Another thing too is like, and I love to say this, like if you do not owe her anything, you do not have to keep showing up. Women will respect you way more when you decide to say to yourself, I'm not going to keep getting played. Or I'm not playing these player games that you're playing. I'm not playing these ways that you want to play. In other words, she's going to try to go about things, be about things a certain way, and you're not up for it. And the best thing about that is you're standing up for yourself. Not only that, though, you're showing to this woman, you're doing way too much. You're making me deal with way too much. And it's not cool. And then I want you to also get that women will challenge you no matter what, or test you no matter what most times. So you passing the test is not about you, let's say, hurting her or making her feel like she's less than. It's just more about like you standing up for yourself. When a woman sees that like you value your trust, yourself, that's where you gain a lot of respect. But you don't want it to be that you're changing a woman if she can't change for real, for real. In other words, some women are not going to be about it. They don't have it in them yet, or they have a long way to go. And because of that, you might not be choosing the right woman. And to lastly sum up this video is like, I want you to be careful of who you decide to be close to, attached to. I say this because there's a lot of women out here where you might end up feeling like she's the one, or I love her, I care about her. However, like, love comes and goes. Caring comes and goes. Being close to someone comes and goes. Being used to someone comes and goes. Being attached to someone comes and goes. Becoming attached and then detached comes and goes. So I want y'all to really analyze, what is it that you even have to do differently? Even if you did have this woman back, what are you lacking that you see so much in this woman? Let's even just say generally this person, because sometimes we go to our parents, or our parents for from one single household, or we go to our sibling. If you have no siblings, we go to the closest friend. If you have no friends, we go to ourselves in some sort of way. However, we might still seek socializing, being out there with other people. We might seek even different relationships, going back to past lovers, etc. My point is that there's always this extent of reaching out. Now, for all my God-fearing people, God bless you guys, and I hope that you're running to God. I know sometimes it could be hard, where it's like you want answers right away. But my point of this is that we have to realize, what can we be giving ourselves? Like pouring into ourselves, loving on ourselves. And fellas, I want you to understand that you can do this for yourself. What you want for a woman to make you feel, whether it's empowerment, validation, you are worth it, I want you to give that to yourself. And I just hope that I could help in so many different ways get that message across. But in the meantime, I just want to remind y'all that it is very key, and it will make such a difference. Because when she comes around, or if she's around, you still have that. And you can always give that to yourself. And no one can take that away. Okay? I love y'all. Take care of yourself. And I sincerely mean that. And I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye, y'all.